We're going to start the week off at the American Heart Association. Find out what it's all about. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the new offices of the Waccamaw Division of the American Heart Association here on 44th Avenue North in Myrtle Beach. We're focused on the START Waccamaw Area Heart Walk, and we're visiting with the Director of Corporate Relations, Ryan Hannan, here with the American Heart Association. Good morning, Ryan.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you very, very much.
Sweet setup here, and these some great things behind us, in front of us here, and of course your amazing offices on the second floor here.
It is. Thank you very much. We're real excited to be here. It's a new office for us, or newer office for us, and right. It's just, we couldn't be happier.
I think you joined recently, and of course, so you probably hadn't seen the older offices there on Highway 501 and Old Gum Plaza year after year. A lot of dollars raised in those offices.
Some fantastic things were done over there. I haven't been there myself, but I've heard the stories.
Right.
And again, I think we're just happier to be where we are now.
Oh yeah, these offices are beautiful. Do you encourage folks to come by, volunteers to come on by and check out the offices?
Well, if they like, sure, absolutely. The big thing with us is, I love to get out there in the community and meet the folks myself. So I like to see them, in their environments, what they do, and shake their hands. So
sure.
That's a certain plus of the job.
Absolutely. For viewers who may need to get off to work now or get family off to school, is there a good phone number, even a website to visit to learn more about the walk and the entire START to Waccamaw area?
Absolutely. We have a great website set up just specifically for this year's walk.
Great.
That's www.start, S-T-A-R-T,
right.
myrtlebeachsc.org.
Okay.
And certainly folks can get on there, and it talks about our sponsors and the campaign and our goal, and just it has all the information. It's a great, great website.
Mm-hmm.
And our phone number here is 282-2931.
Okay.
And certainly anybody that has any questions or any comments on that, can absolutely give myself a call, and I'd love to speak with them about it.
And that's a direct line for the Heart Walk, and it has a little info about the event on the line, on the number.
It does.
That's wonderful. It's a big event. Of course, later this week, we've got your chairperson, Glenda Page, will be with us on Friday here in y'all's offices, and a spectacular week all week long. Officer Brenda Christie will be with us tomorrow, highlighting the Police Unity Tour and its local presence here this Friday, and of course Irvin Blueprint Parker and Bill Cole from SCORE. So a big week. We're just thrilled that you opened the doors.
We're excited. We're excited to have you all.
Y'all had a heart ball recently, and a very well attended, and a lot of dollars raised recently at the Myrtle Beach Sheridan Resort there.
We did. We're real happy with that. That was my first heart ball to attend,
right.
And my eyes were just popping out of my head. It was just such a neat evening, and a lot of great folks together came together and did a lot of good. We raised $296,000 that night to fight cardiovascular disease.
300 grand almost.
It is. It's an impressive number. We're real happy with that. Yeah.
That is. What prompted you to join the American Heart Association, Ryan?
Well, a couple different things. I got to a stage in my life where, it was important to me to make a bigger impact, to make a positive impact on the community and the things that were around me.
Sure.
And the Heart Association has kind of held a dear meaning to me. When I was younger, my much younger years, I worked at a camp in the Adirondacks. It was a Boy Scout camp. And one night early morning, the tent opened up and there were some scouts from the campsite down below. And their father was having a heart attack. And he was one of the individuals that actually started this camp. So he was kind of a father figure to us all.
Right.
We got down there, and it was just a tough situation. So we performed chest compressions and CPR, but we were a half hour into the woods. It took at least a half hour for emergency vehicles to get to us. Unfortunately, we were not able to help to resuscitate him. And just to sit there and to watch his family, and it was just a very powerful moment, and it certainly made a big impact on him.
Boy, I bet it did, both at an early age and now even yourself as a father, to think about your children and the impact you can have on them.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Fighting heart disease and stroke, and I think you all have a tremendous goal there on reducing cardiovascular disease. Is it by 2010?
It is 2010. We're looking to reduce cardiovascular disease and stroke by 25%.
Boy, that's aggressive.
It is. But I'm real proud to announce that as of our last year's statistics, we're showing that we'd reduced cardiovascular disease by 25.7%,
right, and
stroke by 23.9. And now we're not out of the woods. Right. We're still dealing with childhood obesity and those type of things. But
sure.
We're real proud of the numbers we've achieved so far.
That's tremendous, Ryan. Golly, a lot's happened since you joined. Of course, you said a very successful heart ball, and to think the Start Waccamaw area has kicked off. And this is it more than just the Heart Walk now?
It's the Start Heart Walk. It's
right.
It's a national campaign that we've kind of put together to make it more of an annual thing.
Right.
We were real happy with the folks coming out, the once a year doing the Heart Walk and raising a lot of money and working on their own health. We saw it as a springboard to get folks to take it year round, start walking.
Right.
30 minutes, 5 days a week. It had tremendous impact on your life, and it was just a great avenue for us to get it out there.
Oh yeah, as you say, to kick it off, and of course later this week with Glenda Page here and her position there at HCC, I think they were recognized as a fit, friendly company. One of the first, if not the only one, in Horry and Georgetown County.
That's a great point. We're so excited and so impressed with HTC and what they've done. They are, in fact, the only fit, friendly company in Horry and Georgetown County.
That's amazing.
And the steps that they've done in the wellness program they've implemented is just phenomenal. It really is.
It is. Share with viewers real quick about the event itself, the big celebration event. It'll be held when, Ryan?
The event is going to be October 18th this year.
Okay.
We're real happy about that. It's not cold but not hot. Great walking weather.
Right.
It's going to be at Market Common.
Oh, good.
And we are very excited to announce that. Very, very excited to announce that. We're looking forward to that. McCaffrey Interests has gotten involved with us, and so we're going to be out there. One of your sponsors
on a multi-year deal, which
yes,
is
sir.
tremendous.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. They're great folks, and we're looking forward to working with them. Absolutely.
You'll be out there kicking off. Is it at Valor Park?
Valor Park. Valor Park. A lot of folks, you pull into Market Common, there's a park right next to it that has the 3 flagpoles,
right.
And that's Valor Park, and that's, I believe, where we're going to be setting up a lot of the activities and the events and that type of thing.
Sure. The event itself will be right there at Valor Park. It'll be all throughout the Market Common.
It is. It's going to be about a 3-mile walk, non-competitive. We like folks to come down, enjoy the day, and do it at their own pace. And we'll be doing through Valor Park and Market Common and just that pretty area.
Absolutely. It is beautiful out there. And the McCaffrey Interests, of course, one of many sponsors. Who are some of the other sponsors you've already gotten on board? I know we're 5.5 months, almost 6 months from the event, so there'll be a lot more folks ramping up. I'm sure one of the things you'll be working on is getting even more folks as well as all the teams. We want to talk about that. But 5.5 months out, who are some of the other sponsors that are involved in this year's Start Waccamaw Area Heart Walk?
We're real excited. We've got some folks that early on said, this is important. This is a great way to get out in the community. We want to be a part of it. The Melting Pot, just within the last week, has signed on with us.
Right.
And we're real excited about it. I think that we're going to work something out where they're going to have some big chocolate fountains out there.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Dark chocolate, so it's heart healthy, and some fruits and that kind of thing.
Sean and Keith and Ginger, the whole crew there.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're real excited about that. Smith, Sapp, Bookhout, Crumpler, and Callahan.
Good for you. Yeah.
They've been kind enough to get involved with us as well. We're real excited.
Right.
HTC.
Oh yeah.
Time Warner Cable.
Right.
Barefoot Landing.
Right. The Jackson Companies.
I
saw, which is tremendous to get them involved, and that's another. Even though they may not be recognized as a fit-friendly company yet, sure they're working towards that because they've got a lot of initiatives. I saw Lance Thompson and his family out at the March for Babies this past Saturday out at Coastal Carolina University for the March of Dimes, and of course to see a lot of these same companies that you've gotten involved already 5.5, 6 months out for the big event on October 18th. We're out this weekend, so they're either focused on babies or they're focused on folks throughout their lives in fighting cardiovascular disease. Any other big sponsors that stick out in your mind? I think you've highlighted them. You said Barefoot Landing, McCaffrey Interests, of course the Jackson Companies, HCC, Time Warner, and the Melting Pot.
The Melting Pot, we're excited.
It's very exciting.
Absolutely. We have we're in discussions right now with some other organizations that are really interested in getting involved with the walk. and as soon as they come out, we'll be boasting and bragging all about
Right.
them.
Sending press releases out and otherwise. Well, it
Yes,
is amazing. It takes both sponsors, and I think a good portion of your goal is oftentimes achieved by sponsorship levels, but the big deal is what?
The walkers.
Right.
The walkers. The walkers make the biggest impact by far. And we do that. Organizations have walk teams. Churches have walk teams. Communities have walk teams. It's not uncommon to have families where a father or mother has had cardiovascular disease or a stroke, and they say this is something we want to do, and just have a family out there walking.
Right.
70% of our goal comes from walker money.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
7-0. Wow. Well, folks do need to pick up the phone then and dial 282-2931 or
Yes,
go
sir.
to startmyrtlebeachsc. Is that .org?
.org it is.
.org.
It is.
Startmyrtlebeachsc.org. And there's great information there. What do they find if they visit the website for the first time? What are they going to find on there? I know you said the sponsors. Will they find some info on how to start a team, or, of course, some of the explanation? We'll talk a little more about some of the stuff we have spread out here on the table.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm real happy with the website that's up and going. You can get on there and you can do as much or as little as you like. You can get on there right away and you can join an existing team.
Right.
So if there's an organization that's already out there walking, you want to join them, you can do that.
Right.
You can join as an individual. You can start your own team. You can send out, we have email campaigns that you can actually do right through the website. You can set up your own website through there.
Right.
I mean, it's just this huge, powerful tool. And aside from that, just event information and participation and all that good stuff.
Good. But of course, if folks don't have internet access, they need to pick up the phone and dial 282-2931.
Absolutely, and we certainly could. I'll be glad to meet with them, or we can mail out some information. Whatever it is that they need, we'll make sure we get them the tools that they're looking for.
Well, we will definitely have out on the table all week long some of the stuff that's here. But let's talk about a few of the items here. What this first item? Is this something folks will have a chance, walkers will have a chance to sell some of the items out here?
That's a good question. These fundraisers, they need the tools to succeed. And these are some of the tools here. We have these little bands, cause bands. And we have the two different colors. The red typically is for a survivor or for someone to do a tribute to.
Right.
And the green is for a cause. What will happen is teams will call me up, and I'll come and bring them these bands right here. Then they can go and sell them to help them raise funds.
That's tremendous. So, folks, and y'all have a lot of meetings over the next 5.5 months to help not only to recognize many of the team captains, but also many of the walkers as well.
Absolutely. Again, we're a volunteer-based organization. We couldn't get anything done without them. And so we're so happy to have them. We like to recognize them and work with them and give them whatever they need to succeed.
I've seen these hearts oftentimes in area banks, Ryan. These are very popular, hanging up, but businesses all over the area. I can't quite read that with that held up there, but that is something that you see everywhere.
You do, and we're real proud of that. There's a lot of organizations that take that and get involved. It's a great way for organizations to get involved.
Right.
And then for their clients or customers that come in, they can then say, well, this is something that's important to me, and I want to be part of it. And typically they sell for about $1,000 would be in great shape.
$1,000. You want that? Yeah, that makes your goal a lot easier.
They make it a lot easier. They sell for about $1 a piece.
Good. But folks can pay anything. If someone had a whim, they wanted to do it for $1,000 or $100 or $10. You're happy to take the dollars because research will be impacted in a much greater fashion.
Absolutely. It's a great point talking about the research. South Carolina, we have 22 grants currently in South Carolina alone.
Is that right?
That is true.
In this state alone?
In this state alone.
Wow.
Totaling over $3 million. And those grants are being held right now at MUSC, University of South Carolina, and Clemson. So we're real proud of the fact that the money we raise goes in part, in large part, to help research and work on some South Carolina.
The other great thing is oftentimes dollars that aren't even raised here come back into South Carolina. So there's dollars that are raised maybe in the Tar Heel State or in New Jersey or in other places that roll back in here thanks to the Mid-Atlantic affiliate really making a commitment to reinvest back in research institutions. Of course, a lot of those dollars may go to Duke, to Chapel Hill, to Johns Hopkins, and other great institutions in the 5-state area. But a lot of those dollars are reinvested right back here, and we need to think about that when folks are out there making it happen. But even if they aren't back here in South Carolina, they're heading out to Dallas and then spread back out all over the country to the institution that may be a little further along on possibly finding that silver bullet to fight heart disease and stroke.
That's it.
It really is exciting, Ryan. You must be thrilled. That's,
I am.
I mean, hearing you talk about the scout experience there up in the Adirondacks is surely something that would drive somebody to get involved. But real quick about yourself. Are you originally from the area?
Originally, I'm from New Jersey.
Oh, really? New Jersey?
Yes, sir. Born and raised in New Jersey. And I grew up there. I went to college at Johnson Wales University in Providence, Rhode Island.
Really?
And I did, and I stayed there for a couple years after graduation.
That's a culinary, is that right?
It is.
Culinary related?
It is. It's the main focus of the school. It's a huge culinary school. I went for a management degree, and I took some culinary classes, but I think I burnt too much bread.
You knew that wasn't it.
I enjoyed cooking, and I enjoyed the culinary aspect, but my passion was elsewhere, so I followed that. And stayed up in Rhode Island for a couple of years and moved down to South Carolina about 7 years ago.
Is that right? You've been to the Palmetto State that long. Good.
It is. I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, and the Myrtle Beach area, and of course to think about joining just in January and already hitting the ground running and seeing some of the dollars come in so quickly already on sponsorship, it helps lay the bed so you can really get out there and start focusing on teams and on walkers.
Absolutely.
What are some of the other things that teams may go about doing? Of course, we'll talk to Glenda later in the week about some of the things that HTC as a company may be doing, but what are some other things other than these great items here on the table that, let's say, maybe mid-sized companies or small companies would do? And if they called the 282-2931 number, you can give them information about setting up teams?
I would love to have that opportunity.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. The organizations, there's a lot of different ways to do it, and some organizations some have their own style. I know some do dress down days on Friday.
Right.
And in order to do so, it's $5 or something along those lines. Mm-hmm. And some do bake sales. Some do car washes. But the nice thing about what we do is, let's say it's an organization that's just getting started, and they say, well, Ryan, I don't really know. I'm not really familiar with fundraising. I want to get involved, but I'm not sure how to do it.
Right.
That's what we're here for. We can come and sit down, and we have these fundraising tools that we can go through with, like the Hearts, like some of the bands, and we can help walk them through the process so they feel good about what they're doing and they're successful in what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. You highlighted that survivors can be involved as well.
Yeah.
They definitely are.
Survivors are a real big impact, have a real big impact in what we do. Mm-hmm. Real powerful thing, the day of the walk, the survivors actually lead the walk out there, and we call them the red caps because each survivor gets a little red cap.
Right.
So you watch the beginning of this, and it's just so powerful. See hundreds, of these red caps walking out. These are people that have been affected by cardiovascular stroke, could have had severe heart attacks, could have been inches, from their life, and here they are out walking with us.
Right.
It's just.
That's probably very emotional itself for many of the folks out there, both the survivors and the other folks may not be, but recognize they're there just thanks to research and other things that have happened. Absolutely. CPR and basic training there, of course pacemakers and so many other things that have come about thanks to dollars raised by the American Heart Association. What about some of the other events the day of the walk itself? And we want to highlight some of the tremendous volunteers that you've already recruited, but the day of, I know having just joined the organization in January, maybe not anecdotally, but to what you've been reading about, what are some of the things that y'all have planned out at Valor Park the day of on October 18th?
Well, that's a great question. I'm really excited about that, and I'll tell you why. There's a lady in town by the name of Dean Vincent.
Oh, yeah.
Dean did the logistics last year.
Right.
And everybody I've talked to, as soon as I tell them with the Heart Association, say, oh, the Heart Walk? Last year was phenomenal. The logistics were great. It was a great. Dean did all of that last year.
Wow.
She's gone ahead and recommitted to help us out this year as the logistics chair.
Right.
So she's going to be heading all that stuff out.
Good.
We're going to have a bunch of communities. We call communities out there.
Okay.
Basically areas. And the three areas are going to be Inspire Change, Celebrate Success, and Create Hope.
Right. Inspire Change, right. Celebrate Success, and
Create Hope.
Create Hope. Okay. Create Hope. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So Dean will be instrumental in trying to help lay out each of those communities.
And we're very, very excited and just looking forward to that. She's just
so there's
magic.
Still, a lot of things that may happen in the next 5.5 months to make each of these 3 communities particularly attractive. You'll have some events for kids as well out there.
We will. That was a big hit last year. There was a gal by the name of Joy Murphy who helped us do that, and she's gone ahead and recommitted to help us again this year. So we're going to have an area just set up for the kids to do heart-healthy exercises, which I don't know too many kids that don't do. I mean, they're running around having fun, playing ball, and we're going to set them up and get them to have a blast. So, it's a good point. Is the fact that we're going to have something there for the kids. It's going to be a family event. It's going to be all ages. People can come down, enjoy themselves, and feel good about what they're doing.
Many years in the past, and I think I saw last year when it was held at Broadway at the Beach, y'all had some screenings, some area hospitals out there as well. So there'll be things for children. There'll be things for getting the walkers registered and ready for the walk to kick off. I think I saw at 9 o'clock. But are screenings going to be a part of this year's celebration day as well?
We're hoping so. That's one of the things that I'm currently working on.
Good.
And we're certainly looking forward to it. And I think that we'll be able to get somebody out there.
Right.
We're just finalizing that.
Okay, that's great. Not to put you on the spot, I know we're still almost 6 months away. So oftentimes these things are done in the last couple of months. So to know you're even working on them now is great, Ryan, to be this far away and to be nailing a lot down. You've also got some other great names. I think we've highlighted, of course, Dean Vincent and Glenda Page, the chairperson this year. You've also, I think, lined up somebody even for next year.
I cannot tell you how excited we are. We're just within the last week, we've just finished this up. The chair-elect for this year, who will then be 209's chair, is Dr. David DeCenzo.
Oh, come on.
The president of Coastal Carolina University.
Wow.
Thrilled beyond words.
How did you nail that? That's amazing.
He's just a great guy, and he sees the importance of something like this, and it's something he wanted to be involved with, and just thrilled. Speechless.
I remember years ago when Dr. Engel was the chairman of the walk, and it was a very successful event, and so Coastal has had a big presence, but to see Dr. DeCenzo really committing this level already this far out is really wonderful, and he will have some active role even as chair-elect in this year's walk.
Absolutely. He's going to be helping us out quite a bit with sponsorship.
Good.
And he's going to be helping us with the committee members and that sort of thing. We're just, again, I can't express how thankful we are to have him.
Great. You mentioned Sue Bonin, and I think Jeremy Johnson as well, a couple other folks. What's Sue's role, and who exactly is she?
Sue's a phenomenal individual. She is the general manager for McCaffrey Interest, which is Market Common.
Right, sure.
And her and her husband, Dick, are good folks, and she's going to help us out by being on the committee this year.
Great, yes.
Jeremy Johnson is an individual from Aner.
Right.
And we're very excited about that. We've actually got some Aner folks getting involved this year.
Great.
So we're excited to have them, come and help us out and work towards the cause.
Oh, yeah.
And
of course, Glenda Page is from Aner as well, with that Aner connection as a Aner. I think I saw in helping to prepare for later this week's interview that she was salutatorian of her high school class in 1980 there, number 2 there in the class.
She's a very impressive individual.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive individual.
That's a real coup to lock that down. How many walkers will you be expecting that day, or how many walkers do you all expect to average to try to make sure you get out there to hit the big aggressive goal you all have?
The walkers, we're expecting about 1,000 as of right now with the way the numbers are.
Right.
We need to bring that number up. We need to be about 2,000.
Really? That many?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Boy,
sir.
Ryan, how exciting.
I know. It's just going to be, just think about 2,000 people, walking through the banners all for heart disease and stroke. It's invigorating.
Yes, that is. We just got a couple of minutes, and as you think through a lot that has to happen, what'll be taking most of your time over the next 5.5 months, Ryan, and getting ready for the big celebration day on October 18th? What will you be spending most of your time on?
A meeting with the folks, working with the folks, getting people set up with teams, giving people the tools to be successful in fundraising, talking to people about the events, what's happening here in the Waccamaw area, where we're at, where we need to be, having kickoffs. That's typically where we get all the teams together on one day before the event, and we kind of thank them for what they're doing and talk about some of the things that are coming up. And that type of thing.
You all have a bank day as well leading up to the event where you'll turn the dollars in, or are all the dollars turned in the day of out there at the Market Common?
A lot of money is turned in the day of. Typically that gets to be a little congested.
Yeah.
We have a bank day ahead of time, and that's where we really strongly encourage a lot of the folks to meet up with us and get their monies in ahead of time. That way the day of the walk, they can go and enjoy the walk, enjoy the event, and go by the melting pot and get some of those chocolate strawberries.
Listen up. Dark chocolate, dark chocolate. I see what you're focused on. You'll be thinking about that the next 5.5 months.
I will.
That is great. Ryan, thanks so much for being with us this morning. I'm sorry we've run out of time.
I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Definitely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Ryan Hannan, the Director of Corporate Relations for the Waccamaw Division of the American Art Association. Coming up next. I'd get these 6 words down. Get out the pen and paper. Take the time to write this down. Of course, we got a phone number, 282-2931. 282-2931. We got a website, startmyrtlebeachsc.org. Startmyrtlebeachsc.org. But we got those 3 communities out there the day of the event. The Inspire Change, Celebrate Success, and Create Hope. Think about that. Inspire Change, Celebrate Success, that big day, October 18th, and Create Hope. It'll be a special event. The 2008 Start Waccamaw Area Heart Walk, October 18th. Registration at 8. The walk kicks off at 9. 3 miles right there at Valor Park at the Market Common, a special location. Who will be there other than Ryan Hannan, myself, and a lot of others? There'll be thousands from Horry and Georgetown County. Take the time to get out there, but begin planning for it now. There's still some opportunity to be a sponsor. There's surely an opportunity to be a walker and to be an event, part of a team out there, but you got to take the time to pick up the phone, 282-2931, or go online, startmyrtlebeachsc.org. Take the time, learn more, and make a difference in the fight against cardiovascular disease and stroke. Ryan Hannan, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the
Absolutely.
opportunity.